Want to know the real reason why most people never become fluent in Italian? It's not because you're bad at languages, it's not because you're too old, it's because you rely on motivation, and motivation always fades. But if you do this one thing every day, fluency becomes inevitable. I've seen it work for thousands of my students. Now today I'm going to show you exactly how to make Italian a part of your daily life without stress, without long study sessions, and show you why this method works every single time. And don't worry about taking notes, I've done all that hard work for you. To help you to ingrain everything that you're about to learn here today, make sure you download your free PDF cheat sheet. Just click on the link in the description box below this video. Pronti? Are you ready? Iniziamo! Let's get started. Now, if you've ever struggled to stay consistent while learning Italian, this guide will change the way that you think about fluency forever. The first thing is tiny habits equals big fluency wins. Now let's start with a truth bomb. Fluency isn't built in a day, and neither was Rome. It's built in tiny moments that you repeat daily. Think of it like this. If you improved just 1% each day, you'd be 37 times better by the end of the year. That's not theory, that's math. Now, one of my students, Lisa, started with just 5 minutes a day using simple exercises. Within weeks, she was surprising herself by understanding Italian phrases in movies that she used to skip past. So here's a takeaway. Start with 5 to 10 minutes daily. Set a timer. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for consistency. This is why I design all the lessons inside my courses to be short and focused, so you can win the day without feeling overwhelmed. Next, forget goals and build systems. Now, saying I want to be fluent is like saying I want to be fit. Great, but how? Goals give you direction, but it's your system, the daily process, that gets you there. Now, I've seen learners burn out and give up because they chase big milestones instead of building a rhythm. That's why a structured path like my 30-day challenges are designed to remove that decision fatigue. You don't waste energy figuring out what to do next. You just follow a simple step. So here's your takeaway. Create a study system so you don't have to think about it all the time and have all that decision fatigue. So what does this look like? Well, you learn the same time each day, you learn in the same place, and you have the same trigger. So you either study before a coffee or after a coffee, before dinner or after. Make it yours. Make it automatic, and you'll be shocked at how far you'll get in a month. The next thing is to become the person who speaks Italian. Now, this is a mindset shift that changes everything. Don't think I'm learning Italian. Think I'm the kind of person who speaks Italian. When you identify as a language speaker, every small action reinforces that belief. Tell everyone you know. Tell me. Write it in the comments. Say, I'm the kind of person who speaks Italian. I want to hear it from you. Now, one of my students, John, started saying, I'm learning Italian because I am an Italian speaker. Now, it might sound silly at first, but this simple positive shift helped him show up every day, even when he was tired. So here's your takeaway. Write this down. I am an Italian speaker. I practice every day, even if it's just one word. Stick it somewhere visible, in your journal, next to your computer, near your alarm clock. Okay, now let's move on to the 4 laws of building your Italian habit. Now, the author, James Clear, who wrote the #1 New York Times bestseller, Atomic Habits, outlines 4 simple rules that makes habits stick. So let's apply them to your Italian language learning journey. First, make it obvious. Leave visual clues, post-its with Italian words, set a daily phone reminder, make learning Italian easy. 2, make it attractive. Learn things you enjoy, like for me it was Italian slang and idioms, culture, history, cooking or travel phrases. When you consume content that doesn't feel like work or study, you do it much more, trust me. That's why I mix cultural insights into my lessons to keep it fun, engaging and diverse. 3, make it easy. Now forget about hour-long study marathons, they don't work. Short, focused lessons win every time. That's another reason why my daily lessons inside all my courses are designed to be around 15 minutes or so. And you can also watch me on Instagram where the lessons are less than a minute usually. Number 4, make it satisfying. Tick it off each day. Celebrate your wins. One student told me she rewards herself with an espresso after completing her daily lesson. So how Italian is that? What will your reward be? Let me know in the comments. So here's your actionable tip. Set up one trigger today. Download a habit tracker, for example, or start a journal. Set up a trigger that is going to instigate you to learn Italian for that day. You can even set an alarm on your phone or have a sticky note somewhere in your house. Are you enjoying this guide? Don't let the learning stop here. Make sure you download your free PDF cheat sheet for this lesson. Just click on the link in the description below this video. Now the next one is the secret sauce. It's habit stacking. Now this is a powerful trick. Attach your Italian learning to something you already do. For example, you can say, after I brush my teeth, I'll review 3 Italian words. Now this is how habits become effortless. It's as simple as that. It's not about willpower. Remember that. It's about your routine. Don't overthink it. Just like you don't overthink brushing your teeth. And learning Italian should feel the same. Like Nike says, just do it. Here's your takeaway. Choose one habit you already have and stack your Italian language learning right after it, or even before it if you prefer. That action becomes the trigger or reminder for learning Italian. Many of my students do their lessons right after breakfast or during their commute to work. Whatever yours is, let it become second nature. Remember, it's a routine. The next one is the 2-minute rule. Basically, just start. Now, if you ever feel too busy, too tired, or just not in the mood, tell yourself this: I'll just do 2 minutes. In other words, start small. That is, open up your Italian notebook, or log into your Italian course online, or turn on Netflix and turn on your favorite Italian show or movie. Or maybe listen to the start of your favorite Italian podcast. Most of the time, once you start, you'll keep going. It's usually that first step that's the hardest, but it's all up here, trust me. This is how you stay consistent, even on bad days when you're just not in the mood. And trust me, we've all been there, it's normal. So here's your takeaway. Commit to using your favorite Italian resource for 2 minutes a day. That's it. Moving on, design your environment. Success isn't about discipline, it's about design. Make your environment work for you. For example, keep your Italian notebook visible somewhere. Don't go hiding it in a drawer on the bookshelf somewhere. Why not change your phone's language to Italian? Or play an Italian podcast as you go on a walk? Or have Italian music playing in the car or in the background as you're cooking dinner? You can even write your shopping list in Italian. Now these little tweaks remove friction and make learning automatic. So here's your takeaway. Change one thing in your environment today to remind you to learn Italian. Maybe even set a daily alarm on your phone with a fun message that says, Andiamo, it's time for Italian. Now the next thing is really important. Progress is invisible until it's not. Now this is one of the most important lessons I've learned, both from my own experience learning Italian as an adult and from watching thousands of my students go through it as well. At first it feels like nothing's happening. You're showing up, watching lessons, learning a word or two, but it doesn't feel like fluency. And then one day the pieces start to fall together and it starts to click. Suddenly you're in a restaurant and you understand the waiter when he says, "Posso offrirle un caffè?" And you don't freeze and you respond with ease. Or you're walking through an Italian market and instead of seeing random signs, you notice offerta speciale, special offer. Or chiuso per ferie, closed for the holidays. Or you're watching an Italian series on Netflix and for the first time, you don't need to rely on subtitles for every single line. You catch words, you understand the tone, you feel proud. Hooray! That's the power of compounding habits. The results are invisible at first, but if you stay consistent, they show up suddenly and they feel amazing. Now, I've had students who thought they were slow or not good at languages have these kinds of moments on day 1 or week 3 or week 4, anytime, with the help of my 30-day challenges. They email me in shock. Michelle, I just ordered my meal in Italian and I didn't even think about it. It just came out. But here's the thing. That wasn't a fluke. You put in the hard work. It was the result of small daily efforts adding up behind the scenes. So here's your takeaway. Track your learning for 30 days. put a tick next to it on the calendar. Even if it's just one phrase that you understood, or one word that you remembered, or one conversation that you had. When you track your wins, no matter how small, you start to notice your own progress. And once you notice it, you start believing you can do it, which is really important. That belief is where fluency truly begins. Let's make this practical. Here is your 3-step action plan to guarantee your journey to fluency in Italian, because it starts today. First, commit to 5 minutes a day. Set a timer, choose a fun resource that you enjoy, and keep it short and sweet. No pressure. Number 2, stack it with a daily habit. Link it to something you already do, like having coffee or brushing your teeth. And 3, track your progress. Use a calendar or a habit tracker or even a sticky note. Seeing your streak grow will keep you motivated. Okay, here's a bonus tip. Take the next step and join me on one of my unique 30-day challenges. Now, each one is designed to help you level up fast with short, focused lessons that you can complete in just a few minutes a day. You can choose from my Intrepid Italian 30-day verbs challenge, where you'll boost your confidence with conjugations, irregular verbs, and sticky structures, or the Intrepid Italian 30-day tenses challenge, where you'll master all 15 Italian tenses used in everyday conversation. The next one is my Intrepid Italian pronouns challenge, where you'll demystify direct, indirect, and combined pronouns, and finally use them like a native does. Then we have my Intrepid Italian 30-day prepositions challenge, where we'll make sense of those confusing little words that pepper conversations, like della, alla, nella, and so much more. And if you want to expand your vocabulary with expressions, then you can join my Intrepid Italian 30-day idioms challenge, where you'll learn colourful, expressive phrases that Italians actually use and what they really mean. And if you want to understand all that slang and colloquial Italian, we have the Intrepid Italian 30-day slang challenge, where you'll begin to speak like a local with fun, modern expressions that bring your Italian to life. Now, each challenge builds on what you already know from the previous lesson and takes you deeper into real-world usage. There's also cultural insights and plenty of practice. Now, for more details on any of my courses and challenges, just click on the links in the description below this video. Now remember, fluency isn't about doing more. It's about doing a little bit consistently every day. That's how my students see results from day one. Remember those little wins. So what's the one small action you're going to do today? Let me know in the comments. I want to cheer you on. That's what I'm here for. Now, if you enjoyed this lesson, don't miss my lesson on how you can learn Italian so fast that it feels like cheating. Just click on this video right here.